Welcome to the Traditional Bowhunting and Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak. In this video, I want to show you something that I've just recently found out about and I'm pretty excited for. It's a poor man's version of a GoPro. And me being a photographer, there's times that I want to use a GoPro, but the nice thing is I've never had to buy one. For work, I've always had friends and videographers and stuff that have a bunch of them, and I've always just made a phone call and said, hey, I'm going to a beach shoot, I want to borrow a GoPro, and they'd always let me take one. So it's always been nice, and I've never bought one for myself just because they're a lot of money, and in the limited time I would use them, I just couldn't justify spending $400 or $300, and so I didn't want to have one. One of the videographers I work with a lot, I was with him on a wedding last week, and we were talking about GoPros, and I saw he wasn't using a GoPro, and I asked him about it, and he said that these are all he uses now. He won't buy another GoPro. These things work fantastic, and they're literally a quarter of the price, and they're amazing. So he told me what they are. I looked them up, and everything that you see on this table cost me less than about $150. Actually, to be precise, I actually made a list here for you, and it was $158 with free shipping from Amazon, basically for everything except for these two cases. Those are mine. I'm using them, but I had them already. That's actually the tripod that I'm shooting this on is in that case. But everything you see on this table, basically $158. The camera setup was $95 for the way I got it, and I'll explain why, but you can even get it for $65, and there's really no difference between them other than a couple of these features that were important to me for what I'm going to use it for. I'll come in close and show you that, but I wanted you to be able to see how I have it kind of broken down here. This is the main camera stuff right here, including the phone. It is Wi-Fi. I will explain how that works for you. And then this is the stuff that I'm carrying for my bow fishing, which is mainly what I'm setting this thing up for right now. This is bow fishing type stuff that I'm going to use, and the things that I would probably use more often than not for recreational use. Over here, what you have is all these other accessories that came in this. How I basically bought it, just to give you kind of a breakdown, this 32 gig micro SD card, this is the adapter for it. This is not the card. This is what you put the card into to read it, to get your pictures off there. But that 32 gig micro SD card was $12.69 from Amazon. The camera and the remote and the charger, and then you get quite a few of the accessories. You get a headband strap. You get a bunch of accessories in there as well too with it. But that came in at $95.99, and I'll explain that to you too. This 2 battery charger that you see right here, double battery charger, and both of these batteries came in at $19.99. So I have 3 full batteries, 1 in here, 2 extras right here, and a dual battery charger, so I can charge them pretty fast, which is nice. Again, that was $20 for the 2 batteries and a double charger. And then the accessory pack, which has all this other stuff that you got in here, was $18.99. And then this headband right here, I didn't realize I already had one that came in that kit, so I bought one. This headband was $10. So like I said, very affordable. $158 shipped to my house for everything that you see on here. And like I said, realistically, you could get everything you want for about $65 if you didn't want some of the features that I need in the camera for bow fishing. But like I said, great stuff. And that guy, my buddy, Rob, that's the one that was telling me about these. He is a world-renowned videographer. He's incredible, and like I said, for him to say he won't use a GoPro anymore, he just strictly uses these. That's saying something right there. So I'm real excited for it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to basically zoom in, show you the details of the camera, but I also kind of wanted to show you accessory-wise. Now you can kind of see all the different parts and everything that come on here. These are handlebar mounts. If you wanted to put them on a handlebar on your mountain bike, you got a mount right here, which you can use to set on a tripod, or you can slide this in here and use it as an actual, you can set it up for a clip mount, or you can clip it on a piece of clothing or something like that. Makes it really easy. You got another headband mount. This is a chest harness mount right here. And this came as part of that $18 kit. All this stuff did here. But yeah, you can mount this right on and wear it right on the front of your chest. You get a lot of stuff with this. You get tons of extra stickies, helmet mounts. I've kind of broke it up. These are the ones I'm going to carry with me in my basically set up for bow fishing. This one right here is a headband mount right here. Again, I didn't realize I already had one, so I bought another one for $10. That's there. These are 2 extra mounts to just give me a lot of versatility. They're just on straps, and they also have a sticky on there, so I can do whatever I want to with them. I'm not sure, but it's just, these are extras that I'm going to carry. this bicycle mount that I have right here, this one is actually going to be with me bow fishing. I'm going to mount this on the push pole. I have a 10-foot push pole that you see if you watch my bow fishing boat video. You'll see I got a 10-foot push pole on there. I'm going to mount this on there so that I can mount that camera right on my push pole. Two purposes. One, I can stick it in the water and actually watch fish be shot from underwater. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that push pole and I'm going to stand it up next to my generator so that this camera will overlook us from up above, and it'll be 10 feet above us, and give us a bird's eye view showing into the water, the lights, to everything, the fish action. So that mount right there will hook right onto that push pole and let me, like I said, use it in the water if I want, or I can just, I'm going to bungee cord it right to my generator. The generator will be the weight and support that holds it upright, and then this will actually be up on the top 10 feet in the air holding that camera at whatever angle I need it to be at, and have it so that it gives us the right view that we're looking for. I got a couple extra sticky mounts. You got tons of them that come with the package in there and everything. This selfie stick that they give us is amazing. This thing is this is not your ordinary little cheap selfie stick. This thing is really good, and it is quite a bit long. I'm guessing, I'm going to say that's probably, I'm going to say it's probably 3 feet long, solid 3 feet long. It's a great stick and really robust and solid, and it's not a cheap from the store, you know, $5 selfie stick, so I really like that as well too. That came as part of that accessory kit as well too, which was, like I said, whopping $18.99. And then I also have this gear tie on here, which is just another thing. I can use it for all sorts. I can hang, I use these all the time. I hang flashes from these constantly. I use them all the time. It's just another way that I can be able to hang that stuff up, or put one of these mounts on there and then tie that around or do something with it. So it just gives me versatility. So that's what the components are. Now I'm going to kind of get in. I'm going to zoom in closer so I can show you the details of the camera, how it works, and what's really cool and what really sets it apart from a GoPro, so that it all kind of makes sense for you. But again, everything on this table, except for these two bags, $158, and shipped to my house in 3 days. And I got more stuff. This stuff here, over here, I'm probably, other than a chest harness and a suction cup mount I'll probably use in the car a couple times, or when we're jeeping. In the harness mount I may use it once or twice, but for the most part, this is all extra pieces that I probably won't use, but they're good spare parts to replace things that break as I need them. And I'll probably put a couple of mounts on my kids' helmets, like these ones. You can stick them right on top of the helmet, on top of their helmet, so they can use them for when they're motorcycling and things like that. So I mean, I'll use some of it, but this is my main go-to stuff that I'm after for the bow fishing things that I'm going to be able to use. I can put that on my head, and I can watch my kids and watch myself, videotape the shooting and do all that kind of stuff. Selfie stick will come in handy, and that mount there is worth $1 million for what I'm going to do with it. So great little setup. I'm going to bring you in close. We're going to talk about the camera here. All right, now I'm going to take a second. I want to basically cover the camera for you here, and some of that kind of stuff. Now, the camera itself basically looks the same as a GoPro. It's very similar, same setup. It is a waterproof housing. You can pop it out of this housing and use it on without the housing if you want to be more smaller or low key. But this housing is on there, waterproof, works just like a GoPro. Same mount. Any of these, anything that will mount a GoPro will mount this. Any of these accessories that are for this will also work for a GoPro. They're completely interchangeable on all those levels. Now, one of the neat features about this, real quick too, is again, I have the battery. I have a battery inside of there. I also have two more batteries right here. Both of these batteries are the same exact kind of thing, and they got that dual bank charger, which is really nice. Then this is a charger for the actual unit itself too. This is made by Geekpro. Their website is iGeekPro, but it's basically, it's like a knockoff of a GoPro, but it's still got all the functionality. And like I said, I mean, the people that I see, the guys that I know that are using these, they do this for a living and they love it. So I'm really excited about it. But basically, just like a GoPro. Now, here's some of the hidden features. Nice things. You have a screen on the back, a 2-inch screen on the back. So when I turn this on, which I'm doing right now, and get it to fire up here for you so you can see it, but it's got a 2-inch screen on the back, so you can actually see. It's got a 170 degree field of view, like the wide angle on a GoPro does, that kind of thing. So very similar approach. You can do video. You can do 1080 HD at 60 or 30 frames per second. You can do 60 frames a second. I think that's at 720. You can do burst mode, pictures. You can do time lapse. You can adjust the amount of time for the time lapse. So like I said, you get a lot of functionality out of this little camera. Now, another neat thing about this too is you can use the screen on the back for setting a shot, which is kind of nice, but you also have Wi-Fi mode on here. If you press down on there, and it is going to go for a Wi-Fi connection, and then you take your phone and you turn your phone on and go to your settings and make sure Wi-Fi is on, and there it is right there. It pops right up on your phone. You hit that right there. Actually, I'm already connected to it, so I don't need to hit that. And you hit the app, and what it's doing is connecting with the camera. Now, as you can see on my phone, excuse me, I'm going to set it there so you can see it. Everywhere I point this camera at you guys here, wherever you are, everywhere I point this camera at, it basically shows me on my phone. I can start and stop record right there. I can switch it to pictures. I can control all the settings of this camera right through my phone now, and it works for quite a ways, which is kind of nice. So as I'm setting this up, it makes it real easy to be able to watch my phone to see where this is going or how it's looking when it's on my head. I can actually see what it sees on my phone and control it from here. So that makes it for a very nice feature on there to have that Wi-Fi connection on there. Now another neat thing about this too, I'm going to turn this off just to save battery on there. And another neat thing about this setup too is this one of the reasons that I paid the extra money for this is this model number 4, this Geekpro 4, which is what this is. They got a 1, a 2, a 2 plus, a 3, and a 4. And they all got a little bit of variance and differences and stuff like that. You can find all the information on them at Amazon. Amazon's got tons of them there. Huge reviews. Everybody loves this. Nobody ever had one bad thing to say about them. And there's between all these models, there's probably close to, I don't know, I'm guessing and would say probably 1,500 reviews on these. So like I said, they're very good reviews. But another neat thing is that why I bought this number 4 is it comes with this. Now this is actually supposed to be a wristband setup for you like this, so you can actually control this. You have 2 buttons on there. You got a video camera button and you got a photo button. And if I push that, that thing starts recording. If I push it again, it stops recording. If I push that one, it takes a picture. And this is so that you could wear it right on your arm and have access to it right there. A great feature. That's the main reason that I went to the $95 one over the $73 number 3 or the $65 number 2. It was for that capability. I wanted to be able to have this wrist remote. Now, I'm not actually using it as a wrist remote, as you can see here. The reason for that I turned it into a necklace is because I'm going to be using this for bow fishing. And if I'm holding a bow in this hand and I have that on this part of my watch, it's kind of difficult for me to reach over and hit that when I'm bow fishing, where having this hanging on my neck, I can take my free hand and just tap it on my chest and I start recording. So when this is up on that pole, mounted way up high, it gives me that versatility, being able to turn it off and turn it on when we start to get into fish and see fish. So it gives me a lot of functionality. This thing will work from 50 feet away is how far the range will work for that. So it definitely serves all my purposes. But I'm really fired up. This thing is an amazing little camera, and for dirt cheap. Like I said, you could actually get it if you didn't want this remote and didn't need that. You still get the Wi-Fi capability, but for 65 bucks you can get a Geekpro number 2 that'll have basically the same functionality as this does. Or the Geekpro number 3 is a little bit more, but this model number 4, which has that remote and everything, was 95 bucks. 95 bucks you get the camera, the battery, the remote, and a bunch of accessories that come with it, and a charger. 20 bucks more, you get 2 extra batteries and another charger itself. 12 bucks for the USB or the micro SD card, and then for another 18 bucks you get all these other accessories. You really just can't beat it. This thing is absolutely going to be a lot of fun to play with, especially bow fishing, which was my main purpose of having it, was to be able to record that and do some creative stuff with it. Usually when we're bow fishing and I want to record stuff, I have to put my bow down and grab a camera and I'm out of the action and I'm just recording everybody else shooting. This will let me be able to not only record it and be part of it while I'm shooting, but also, since we're on a boat and there's not a lot of room, you don't get that wide angle that you wish you could have. The 170-degree field of view on this gives me that wide angle and gives me that functionality I'm looking for. And for the dirt cheap price, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. Just going to come in real versatile. It's going to be a real fun toy. But at this price, I don't mind buying it, and I got all the stuff I would want. I mean, if you were to spend 400 bucks for a GoPro, and then you were to buy GoPro actual items, they start to add up pretty quick. This gives you, I mean, 158 bucks for everything you see here. That's pretty incredible. Now, as far as these accessory cases, I'm going to put that GoPro in here. I'm going to put the extra batteries in here and stuff like that. This is then going to be zipped up. And then these accessories that if I pan you out here, which is this way, all these accessories that you see over here on this side that I'm going to take with me as my kit. All of these, basically everything that you see minus the charger and that thing, but all of this stuff right here is going to go into this case and then into this case. So I have everything all as one in here. This will actually fit inside here. All those accessories that I want to go in here, and this little bag is just going to go with me when we go out on a boat for bow fishing. And depending on how I want to set up, I will pick and choose how I want to set it up or what I want to do. So gives me good versatility, great little unit, very excited for it. And like I said, as you can see, you can get a ton of options for dirt cheap prices. Kind of a game changer. I'm pretty excited about it and what I can do with it. So thought I'd share it with you. There it is for you, but it's called a Geekpro. This is a number 4, but you can get a Geekpro 1. I don't know if they make it anymore, but there's a Geekpro 2, a 3, and a 4. And some of the differences, I think the 2 is a 140 field of view versus a 170. They're all Wi-Fi and they're all HD, but I think it's the number 2 model is actually a 140 field of view and doesn't come with the remote. The 3 is a 170 field of view like this one is, but does not come with a remote. The 4 is a 170 view and does come with the remote. And to me, this remote is worth a lot. For using it for bow fishing, that's going to make all the difference in the world. The Wi-Fi is nice, so once I got it up there on the pole, I can look at my phone. I can take and just look at my phone and I can see exactly what it's seeing. And if I have to make an adjustment up there, I can. Or when I have it on my forehead, I can look at my phone and see where it's actually pointing and make sure it's looking where I'm looking. So very versatile tool. I'm very excited about using it. Thought I'd take a minute, show it to you. There you have it. Again, this is Jason Samkoviak, Traditional Bow Hunting and Wilderness Podcast, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.